I'm always best at that, aren't I? No,
You're
I
great.
always forget about it. Welcome, crew, to you creating you in the universe with Leah and Sandra. As always, our intention is whoever's coming across this video, we are blessing you, blessings full of love, fulfillment in life, fun, carefree. I always have these words that pop up, but I have to try to find the opposite. So I was like stress-free, but then that could create stress. So just abundance, gifts, joy, laughter, love, and purpose today.
Purpose.
Leah and Sandra, we're on live on Instagram too.
Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah. Sorry, Insta, if I don't forget, if I forget to look over at you. We're still setting up. We got our studio. We did Leah did a little video already. It's every day, every time is new and different and better, and because it's progress, not perfection. Thanks to Denzel Washington, my favorite quote from Equalizer.
So
all right.
This is Creating You in the Universe, a podcast and video blog where we share how to create you in the universe.
No, you're good. I was like, yeah.
So what does that mean, Sandra, to create you in this universe?
Well, you create everything in your life, in your existence, in your reality. You are the creators. We remembered that as children, remembered that as when we first came here, and then through whatever it is, through systems, through people, through events, kind of shut that off, stopped imagining, stopped that creation, and then just landed on default. And it's time to wake up and have the fun that we were supposed to be. Your life is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be, yes, there's sorrow, there's sadness, but that's to do this because it's a roller coaster. If we went to an amusement park, what's the best part of an amusement park? The rides, or
laughing at my kids' fear.
Right. No, but it is, because that's a funny thing I love scaring my kids, and then it's,
it's twisted.
It's twisted as a mom. You get little paybacks for little things that they've done. It's just like, I'm going to take that.
I'm having like flashbacks of the future, praying I'm a little old lady and they don't do the same to me and I'm peeing myself.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, amusement parks. What's the funnest part? Going on those scary rides. Without those scary rides, the highs and the lows, it would be boring. I've actually had people reach out to me and say things like, I feel like I was starting to attract things and it was all going so well. And then I actually know on purpose, I created some drama because it was going too smoothly. And I was like, I need to do some drama to like kind of shake things up a bit. It's what we're here for. In a movie, if it was all just love and laughter, it would be boring. But we watch those movies that are just like, oh, sad, because we want those emotions. So we have to remember that those emotions are very much part of it, and they're part of the fun at the end of the day. How many times have you had something happen and it at the time it was happening, you're like, this sucks, this is horrible, I hate this, my life sucks, my life is over, and then something happens and you're like, oh my God, I want to kind of do that again. It was like,
So today we were setting up our studio. This is becoming a studio.
Yeah.
Next week we might have a different background.
Yeah.
And today, if we're talking about emotions and crazy, like I was running around as though I had my head chopped off because
it's like, breathe, Leah, breathe.
Yeah, normally there's no time constraints, but before we even agreed to do this, I booked our family's first dental appointment. And so we're on a tight timeline, and you think we have enough time, but then I've got to breastfeed the baby.
Yes.
We've got kids coming in and being like, Mom, because that's our name, that's what we do, we mom.
Yeah.
They need us. And then we're adjusting heights of things and the lights and the camera and the action. And
what time is it?
At the moment, I'm stressed. And now that we're actually here, I'm laughing at myself.
Yeah.
So.
And that was literally 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, if that.
If that.
Yeah.
So you have a purpose. A lot of the things that we talk about is experiences that we've had, but I'd say for the most part, it's intuitive. I'll be having a shower and all of a sudden this download, what I call them, you can call them uploads, downloads, comes and just starts filling my head, and it's like, oh, that's a good show to talk about. And then it's just like, and I literally have to run out, press my recorder on my phone and just start like da 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 and write little like just say little verbs, because a lot of it is intuitive. So you have a purpose. One of the things why I wanted to talk about it is because I was remembering back and saying everyone's got a purpose. You have to find out what that is, and that's why I love this, you helping you to find that purpose. And sometimes people get caught up with, well, I'm supposed to be something bigger, but I can't see myself doing that, and then they start to stress out about becoming something that maybe it's not in your cards to be in this life. And I feel like I'm gonna round it about. Just give me a second here. Just give me a second here.
We've got kids here.
Yeah. So a piece of that comes from.
Can't telling us.
Okay, I will help you.
So here, you want to go?
I've got to go mom duty.
Go mom.
So
I'll say this.
You keep it going.
Okay. So I've had inspiration to just be on social media, and all of a sudden I come across a post and I share it. And a lot of people somehow have this thought in the head that, oh, they just want me to share because it increases their algorithm and things like that. And you know, and it's not. If you get a feeling to share something, act on that, because there's a reason for it. And I've had countless, I can't even tell you how many times now, I've had a post that I come across and I just share it, or oh, that's a good one, I'll save that to my phone. And then I end up just getting this, it's a little pulse, because the universe, God, source, whichever word you insert there, is always talking to you. And I get like this little pulse, like, send that now. And so I'll send it. And it was just inspirational for me. I thought, that might be lovely for someone, or I thought it was lovely. And literally either that same day or within a week or so, someone will have written me private messenger or even on post, you have no idea, I saw this post and it changed my life. I had someone, and I'm sure she might be watching, or a relative of hers, I think it was about 3 years ago, I posted something and it was just a lovely post, and she ended up seeing that post, and that post lit up something within her, and she ended up leaving her job over it and literally started her own company. And then she gave me the credit for it. She's like, thank you for posting that. I had no idea. I've had other people another instance where someone was like going through a messy divorce. Sorry, of course, everything happens today. And a messy divorce. I didn't know that. And I was just sending, for whatever reason, I was getting the pulse, send this, send that. I even wrote on it, like just something. And that guided that person to make a decision that they needed to have in their own life. And you don't think that that's part of creating the universe, but we are all connected. Whether you believe that or not, we are all connected on some way, somehow. So when you get the pulse to share something, you have no idea what that might impact on someone else's life. But we get so caught up with, oh, I'm not following my own dreams or things like that. And that we'll do another segment on, because you have a purpose. And sometimes we get so caught up with our day-to-day lives, and that we forget what that is, or maybe we haven't been shown it yet. So maybe sometimes you need to go back in time and go back to when you were a kid. What did you want to be as a kid? I know that you helped me with that. Yeah. And before we even decided to do this, you were saying, what do you want to be as a kid? What did you like? I was always walking around the house with Monopoly money in my purse, and like, I choose to buy that. And I was helping and giving that money to that person. I'm buying this. And I had a thing, like a queen thing. And I was just like, a cape. And I was just, but I was important in the fact that I was helping people I was buying things from them that helped them manifest their family dreams. I was helping, I was giving, I was spending. I had more than ample enough money. I was performing. My brother and I used to do Randy and Sandra DJK on the DJ mic, and we used to be always like doing that stuff. So that was fun, and I know that a piece of me always wanted to do this. I didn't up until November. I didn't actually have time to do that, and then some magic.
So that was November. We're in January right now, so
right.
a couple months ago.
A couple months, just things are just, and all of a sudden I'm balanced in my life again, and everything feels good, and I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be, and I'm just improving vastly. So what are you wanting to be in your life? And you do have that purpose, and never forget that. If there's a pulse going through to you, and it could be sharing this video because somebody needs to see this. Someone needs to be attached to this group. Someone needs to be led to that. It could just be simply sharing this. And I'm not saying that, like I said, to increase our stats or it doesn't matter. We're putting this out anyways, right? Yeah. I know it's going to go to whoever needs to see this. I get that. That's the purpose, and I believe in that. And because I believe in that, it happens, and it happens fast.
So I have two things to share.
You get to go blind because you have no idea what I was talking about.
I have two things to share.
Should be fun. Yeah.
The first thing is my friend Andy. I found him on Instagram, and Andy Asinar. I could be botching his last name, but he's social media. He's good at marketing. He's excellent at making memes. And he's helped me a couple times, and one of the things that he helped me with was one of his posts said, what did you do as a kid? What brought you joy as a child? Because go back to that. So this could be a starting point. Go back to whatever brought you joy as a child. So I know people that love dance. Well, they're not quitting their job to pursue dance, but when they are dancing, that's part of their purpose. It's part of what it brings us to a space of joy. And when we're in those spaces that are joy, love, creation, then it opens up windows of opportunity for other things. When you are in a state of joy and love, you are in a frequency that's going to bring other divine people in that same frequency that could bring you opportunities so that you can pursue your purpose. Where if you didn't follow your passion, your joy, then maybe you're getting in a funk. And when we're in those funks, it's harder to feel like you have a purpose, to question. It's easier to question, am I living with purpose? I like what you said about it can be something so small. So I have a oracle deck. Some people might know what that is. It's cards. You pull out a card.
Daily?
I don't. You can. And it's a Starseed Oracle deck. I think that's what it's called. If not, it's the same creator and her other deck that she has. You Are the Oracle, I believe it's called. So she has two decks, and this one is You Are the Oracle. The other one is Starseed. Anyways, there's this one card that I keep on pulling out, and it talks about essentially being, if we were to take an example, the grandmother of Jesus. So the grandmother of Jesus, and I'm not going to sit here, sorry, train of thought. I don't know the Bible as well as lots of other people might, but the essence of this card was grandma had to pave the way to create a situation that she could bear a child and help nurture a child that would eventually be the mother of Jesus. Now, grandma isn't given a bunch of praise for Jesus, but grandma was a key part of doing things. So you might not be the Jesus star of the show, but your purpose can be so much more than you ever know down the road. So what I like that I caught you saying is do not dismiss the small things. The small things could be, if we're building off Sandra, those posts or videos or inspirational things that you see on your feed, on your social media. There could be something screaming inside, this is relevant. Share this. And that might not even be a post of someone else. It could be your own voice. So that's how I feel on my personal pages. I communicate my content, is what we'll call it, is I like to share what's going on with me, because I believe that I'm not alone, that it's good to be vulnerable, it's good to be honest, and people have a chance to see themselves in what's going on with me as well. Your purpose can be something so big, and if you're having trouble tapping into your purpose, start with doing what you love. And if you don't know what you love, go back to when you were a child and consider exploring those joys. So you mentioned what you like to do when you were a kid, wearing the capes, acting like royalty.
Right.
For myself,
it wasn't for ego. It was just fun.
It was fun. Yeah, we should wear capes on a show one day and get our tiaras. I know you've got a couple in your house.
I do.
And so for myself, I put on shows. I made dances and theater, and when my sister was born, because there's 5 years difference, I would create shows and direct them and produce them and tell her where to go. And my mom and dad, they got to witness a lot of this, but when they had friends over, even if it was just my aunties or whoever, my mom's friends, I would get so excited and go start another show. And I also loved karaoke / recording my voice. So this is kind of both of that. It's like, I like listening to my own voice. I like creating shows. Yeah. And so in the last...
It's almost like a foreshadow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if nothing happens of what we're creating today, I'm creating joy. I'm love. I have so much fun doing this, and this feels in alignment with me. So that's another thing, alignment.
Right, alignment, yeah.
I feel like living in alignment is a big part of creating your purpose. So what is living in alignment? For me, it's following my heart. I know what feels good and what doesn't.
Right.
And if I'm doing things that don't align with my heart, so that could be telling people yes when I want to say no. It could be biting my tongue with family or friends or a stranger. When I'm living in alignments, my path has gotten clearer and more obvious of where my purpose is. And I also find your chapter of life also can influence what your purpose is right now. Like there could be a destination purpose, but like what's your purpose right now? Because for me, in the last year or longer, it was screaming, your purpose is to be a mom. Listen to that. And I was scared because
I remember that. Yeah.
Yes, being a mom, it's a given. I'm a mom, but full-time, let go of the idea that you need a 9-to-5 job or a regular paycheck to survive.
Yeah.
And when I finally stopped having fear that I wouldn't make money or I would never have a career and just let go and be a mom full-time, just surrender, free fall, we actually had more abundance than we had in any other year of me being a mom. And so it got me, I think, into a space that I needed to be to really be present with my kids. And that's so important because if we're circling back to the grandmother of Jesus
you don't know
analogy,
what your purpose is as a mom. Yeah.
As a mom, if that's what my purpose is, then geez, I cannot even imagine what my kids are going to do, and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So I almost want to pay a homage to my grandma because she was a trailblazer. She was a woman who had many husbands, had many children, and that wasn't the norm.
Fun.
She was, in a time where she was one of the first females that went to school, post-secondary, college, university. But more than that, she was doing things like hypnotherapy in the 90s. She was a Reiki master in the 90s. Back in the 90s, I don't remember a lot of people talking about Reiki.
Right.
Now we're 90s, 2000, 30 years later. That shouldn't be hard. I was born in the 90s. She's paving the way, and she led with her heart and teaching me as a child all these basic things that I think really made a difference of how I carry myself in this world. That's not the norm. I do feel like I'm a leader. I do feel like I have a lot of courage, and that I'm not afraid, that I have enough courage over my fears of stepping outside the box. So I give homage to Grandma.
Hearing those pulsates, that's what I was talking about when you were gone. Like the universe, God, source, whatever word insert there is always talking to you. And when you actually take the time to listen, they're also going to guide you what your purpose is. And like I said, stop. If it feels so uncomfortable, I'm not living the purpose of my life, or I'm supposed to be something like this. Just focus on having fun and listening to those pulses, and do what it's telling you to do, and it will lead you to your purpose. It really will.
And it could be the purpose right now. It doesn't necessarily that this is the end, of the road purpose.
Right.
But as you listen to the purpose right now, it will lead you to these places that might, if you're seeking that abundance, that prosperity, start with now. I mean, I do believe it's possible to tap into like the future and get there in this instant, but I haven't unlocked those superpowers of being. I believe in it. Yeah. I'll get there.
It's just not here right now. Yeah.
Yeah, we're in a 3D world, and what that means is like I knocked on wood. These things are real. We're in a physical body.
Right.
And with that dimension of this earth, it can include taking extra steps of now, not later. We have to go through a process. It's like to travel to Sandra's house. I need to get in the car. Today I needed to fill up my gas. Maybe we need to stop at the store to grab something to eat. Then I've got to stop at each light that's on the way, take a couple turns, put on some music. So there's all these steps that come before the destination at Sandra's house.
Absolutely. Use
that as a metaphor for your purpose. My purpose is, I see what I desire, but my purpose right now is just get my kids loaded in the car. Okay, right. I filled that purpose.
Right, absolutely.
Next purpose, I need that gasoline. Let's fuel it in. So maybe that could be a metaphor for the education. Maybe that's a metaphor for, I don't want this. Oh, geez. Sorry. Maybe that's a call. Anyways, so I'm receiving a phone call.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up. You get the idea.
And as we were talking, segmenting back into our last call, our last message was about that image, and I totally lost my train of thought, but that's okay. That source now saying, hey,
wrap it up.
Enough.
Last podcast we talked about
body image. Right.
And in that podcast I mentioned, grandma, and this idea of listening to your guts and what grandma taught me. So in that video, I said this particular tool can be a little intense, so I'll give a trigger warning if you love puppies. Trigger warning. And this is what she taught me as a little girl, and I still to this day have not forgot it. It's a really clear-cut way, a simple meditation of sorts to see what you feel in your body. So are you open to sharing that meditation as we round out the conversation?
I have no idea where this is going, but I don't have a trigger for puppies, so.
Okay. So if you feel called to it, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths. Now, as you're tuning in to these breaths and breathing, feel your body, feel your torso, your head, maybe your legs, your arms. Just get in focus of your body. And now that you're tuned into your body, I would like you to think about beautiful puppy dogs. And if puppies aren't your thing, maybe it's kittens. Think of something cute and lovable. And feel in your body where that feels, this love. Think about how you love the puppies. Where are you getting those good vibes of loving the puppy and their cute little fur, and their beautiful little eyes? They're so cute. And see what you're feeling. That is a beautiful in alignment feeling. Now imagine someone coming and kicking that dog. Okay? Now they're being mean to the dog. You get the idea. Instantly that feeling shifts. Where did it shift in your body when you went from loving that puppy to seeing someone kick that puppy? Now that is not a good feeling. So as a child, so I guess we're going to wrap it up. That's basically the meditation. That's a good, simple way of tuning into your body and what's in alignment. So there's other ways you can do this. Think about a job, okay? Does that job give you good feelings? Think about the opposites. It's just an exercise that you can apply to your life to start getting in tune to what is right in your body and in alignment so that you may follow your purpose with greater ease.
It's so funny that you said that, see? We're going to wrap this up, but I was literally on the phone with my girl this morning because she had something happen at work and was feeling some anxiety, and it could very well be something good happening today or something very anxious. And I said to her, a little piece that you can take with you is, especially for people that suffer from depression and anxiety, is we all have a higher connection, and we'll get into that another time. There is like, let's say, a personal genie, let's use that word, a personal genie that we're all assigned, your higher self, whatever, that there's that connection and we're connected, and they already see the total outcome and you do not. They're sending you that pulse. That anxiety, that anxiousness is literally them saying, what you're thinking about is not true. What you're thinking about right now is not true. That's why they're sending that signal to you. So the second that you feel that
Anxiety,
it means what they're saying to you loud, and I just got the chills, so that means that is the absolute truth. They want me to tell you that this is true. 100%. They are telling you what you're feeling inside is not true, and to stop thinking that. It's like the hot potato game. So if that makes it resonate with you more, they're in the hot potato and they're telling you. So when you're feeling that, like you're cold, and the more you go there, you're freezing now. They want you to turn around and go the other way. So that's how that tied in with what you were saying about the puppies, is that feeling those feelings and getting back into feeling the good vibes, because when we have those good vibes, we are in alignment, and that's when the magic starts to flow in. What you're desiring, the universe is giving you everything that you want, but you have to be in alignment with it, and that's how you do it.
Yeah.
So creating you are the creator of your universe. You do have a purpose. If you don't know what that is, listen to those pulsates, because you have no idea what your actions are causing someone else. Walking into a store and smiling and saying, thank you very much. You have no idea what that person needed that smile today, because that they had that going on, and that changed the direction of their day, which created that change. It's a ripple effect. We are all connected, whether you believe it or not. We literally are all connected, and our actions affect every single person out there. Yours too. And remember that you are important. You are a piece of our existence. You do have a purpose.
That is the podcast.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Smiles.
Time is precious. I gotta shut off that one over there.